Hi, good morning and welcome to our channel. Welcome to Great Yarmouth. We're in mid-May now and it's a pretty sunny day. It's going to be about 20 degrees, so we're going to show you around and join us. Come with us. Going to start by taking a little walk up towards the pleasure beach. It's a bit of a trek, but it's quite quiet this morning, which is good. Just come to the model village. This model village has been here as long as I have. This track here is where the horses and carts come up with the tourists. Let's have a little look. What a beautiful morning. Anyway, we'd just like to say a big thank you for everyone so far that's supported us and followed us. Subscribed and liked everything that we've done, and we're quite new to YouTube, so we're still growing and trying to get used to everything. We actually love doing it. It's something that if I could do full-time I'd be well happy. I've been successful in my own career all my life, but I haven't done anything else apart from my one job, so this is kind of a labour of love. But there's a lot goes into this, and people don't really kind of realise this is just the part where you go around poking the camera at people and annoying people. They don't see what goes on behind it, the amount of editing and chopping and sorting things out that goes on behind the scenes. It's really kind of quite a time-consuming job, but I love every single minute. So if you do have a chance, you do have a couple of minutes, please like and subscribe. It helps us out so much, and it just gives us so much pleasure to make these videos. And there's an upside down house. Still very, very quiet. While we're walking around, I'll just give you a quick update as to regards to what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going to a pets only hotel, or I should say pets only caravan, in Kesseland. We're going to film that, and then we're going to be going off to Butlins in Skegness for 4 days. We'll be filming up there as well, and I'm going to do Butlins and hopefully 2 or 3 of the resorts up that way. And then we're going to be off to the Netherlands for some filming over there. We're going to do hopefully 4 or 5 videos from over there. And then we're going off to Fuerteventura to do a week's filming over there. We've done the island tour over there before. We put that on YouTube, but we're going to be doing some food and drink reviews. We're going to tell you where the best bars are. We've been over there for so many years, we know our way around so well. So we're going to give you all the tips of all the best bars, all the best places to drink at a cheap rate. If you know your way around, there are happy hours everywhere, and if you time it right, you can really drink quite cheaply from about 2 in the afternoon till about 10 at night. So, and obviously there's some great food places too. That's the one thing we love about Fuerteventura. The food is fantastic. So we're going to do a sort of food and drink guide for you. And then later on this year, in October, We're going to be going to Serbia, to Belgrade, to film over there. But we're hoping in between Fuerteventura and Serbia, we hope we're going to be going to one or two other places as well. But I haven't finalised everything. I have to plan everything in with my job, and obviously the finances that go with it. Anyway, still carrying on along the tour. At a place called Jurassic Gardens, or we'll go this way. Don't think this is quite ready or open yet. We've got a crazy golf course here. They're quite nice actually. Some of the places I've been to abroad, the crazy golf courses are just lumps of concrete with a hole in one end and maybe a ramp in the middle. But over in England, we seem to take quite a bit of pride in making these. So this is a real nice one, which is nice to see. Oh, this is some kind of karting track. Up in the distance you can see the pleasure beach. If I just pan round. Got Wellington Pier over there, and then we got the turret of the Oasis over there, and you go all the way down to the end. You've got the Britannia Pier, which is what I'm going to show you today. Plus we'll have a little look up Regent Road, all the shops up there, and follow up into the town and quick peek at the market before we come back again. The Fun Factory, and this hasn't changed, is where the Dodgems are. Like I said, 50 years ago I was coming here and they were still there. Haunted hotel. That's quite nice. And in the distance is a roller coaster. Now, I'm not really supposed to be in here, so I'm not going to wander too far around in case I get myself in trouble. But there are YouTube videos out there showing the Pleasure Beach in full swing. Have a little look. It's not the cheapest place to come to, I must confess. Over the years, I know everything's gone up, but I think if you're here with 2 or 3 kids, you're really going to be paying a lot of money to come in here of a day or an evening. It's not cheap. This hasn't changed either. This little monorail and this little horse thing that goes around here hasn't changed in 50 years either. I think this has got the oldest wooden roller coaster in England, as far as I'm aware, and it still has a brakeman on it. Someone rides on each ride at the back with a brake and brakes it as it goes around the corners, which is kind of scary in itself, but I guess it works. Carriages, a roller coaster. You see the tracks up there, look. Yeah, this used to be an alpine theme on this. And I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember the Madness video, House of Fun. That was filmed here back in, I think, guessing around 82, 83 era, maybe 81. That was filmed here along Yarmouth seafront. That's it, I'm definitely not going any further. We'll come out and have a look down the seafront a bit more. Big Wednesdays, Great Yarmouth, every Wednesday, 26th of July to the 30th of August. That's normally so when the kids are on some holidays. Free fireworks. We've been up here a few times for that. It's quite a good actually. Very, very busy. Yeah, it's nice. Fireworks kick off, last about 10. 15 minutes if you're lucky. Only thing is getting in and out is kind of hard. You need to plan where you're going to park, or if you're bussing it, you need to plan your routes, because it does get very busy when as soon as the fireworks are finished, it's a mass exodus out of the town. We're coming back the way we came. Starting to get quite warm actually. I might take my top off and throw it back in the car before I carry on. And then again, you go around the corner, you get the wind at you. I think what you got there is fearless seagulls. They're obviously not scared of a T-Rex.
Thank you, have a good day.
Even though we're in mid-May, some of these aren't open unless they open up maybe lunchtime for right through to the late evening. This is the Wellington Pier. Gift shop for your cat. Just what you need when you're away from home. A fluffy rainbow ball.
That's the other one.
That's really good, right? It's hard as well.
Big hard day there. Got some skittle bowling at the back here. Look through. About £1 a head, I think, or £2 a head, something like that. So through the back here, if you come out the doors, you've got your proper 10-pin bowling. Always open the wrong door, me, every time. Because it says pull, I push. If it says push, I pull. I always open the wrong door. £2 to go. £2 to go. Call me old-fashioned. 50p in my day. There's the Wellington Pier. I'm not going to bother going in. Looks quite nice. As I say, it's got bowling alleys in there. There's a look at the distance where we come from the Pleasure Beach. You've got the outer harbour right through the back there, which was built with no customer in mind, so it sat idle for a while, and now I think it's being used for something or other. I think they scrap rigs and stuff that are towed in from offshore, and I think they're broken up there or revamped or something along them lines. Not 100% sure, you have to tell me, you know. Yeah. But what a lovely day. What a lovely day. This is going to be a rarity, because it has been nice the last few days. I worked all weekend in my job, so I couldn't do anything filming wise, and apparently from tomorrow onwards it's going to be pelting it down again. There's the Scroby Sands offshore farm, which is being built over the last few years. If you go north, look, you've got the Britannia Pier down the end there. Go beyond that, you end up in Scratby and Hemsby, which we might cover in another video. But not today. Obviously that's the remnants of the original pier, which is long gone. like I said, when I watched this video of Yarmouth in the 50s, all these piers were going and the big ships came across, docked, all the tourists got off, went around the town, then got back on again to go home. And when you see it now, it just looks so quiet. I went on that Ferris wheel a couple of years ago, and I do a lot of height work in my job, but that really put me. I didn't like it at all. It is safe, don't get me wrong, but it seemed to go so slow, and it stopped sometimes when it was right at the top to let people on, and you just kind of hang in there. And if you have got a problem with heights, you really don't want to go on it. But anyway, this is the Winter Gardens that I was telling you earlier on, and what a shame. I think, as I said, I think it's Victorian built. As you can see, it's 90% glass and steel, and I just don't think anyone has got enough money to repair it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this pathway along until we get down to the other pier, the Britannia Pier, and then I'll come back along the roadside so you can see all the arcades and restaurants. But I might do a little coffee stop along route here. This must be nice. Sunny morning, early morning, get breakfast on the beach. Some nice beach huts here. I don't know how much they cost to get for a season. You'd have to spend a lot of days down here to do them, wouldn't it? I've got a bar in mind. Hello. There's the Sea Life Centre. We'll see the front of that as we come back round again. I think the cost of that a couple of years ago, I think, was about £16 per person, but you could get a family ticket. So if you are thinking about going on it, have a look online. It's your best bet. See if you can get yourself a family ticket if there's more than one of you. I think we're on it for about 25 minutes. Personally, I've had enough after 5, but you do get a really good view of Yarmouth from up there. This is the Royal Hotel, Nelson Hotel, Planet Poppadom. If you come into Yarmouth and you want an Indian, go to Planet Poppadom. All the way along here, which I'll show you on the way back. All the arcades are, a few bars. This thing, never been on it here. I did go on one in Holland many years ago. Never do it again. But if you're young, bit of a thrill seeker, try it. If you're elderly and wiser, don't bother. There's a few public loos dotted along the seafront. So if you do feel you need to go, you don't have to dive into one of the restaurants and pubs, just come across the road. They're about probably every 200-300 yards there's a set somewhere. Take it this will be trampolines and bouncy castle sort of stuff. £6 for 15 minutes. Do you know, I think it's me. £6 for 15 minutes. I must be showing my age. Not in my day, what my dad would say. Not in my day. Cowshed, burgers, milkshakes, breakfast. This is called Jetty Pier. Smart recycling bottle bank. Bit different. Loads of little cafes along here. Really nice, actually. Really nice. I am going to stop a little because I am getting fusty. That's the new Marina Centre. They knocked down the old one about 4 years ago. Built a new one, which opened a couple of years ago. Quite nice. If you're bringing kids down there and it's wet, bad weather, they do rock climbing in there, you know, one of these artificial walls, swimming pool, 2 swimming pools in there, gym, play area, good for the kids. Not so bad on the wallet, because I think it's run by the council, which is nice. But don't use the car parks, I think that's expensive. I hope these tips that I'm giving you are good, you know, good advice. I have lived here, although I'm not directly living in Yarmouth, I live very close to it. So I have kind of grown up here. There's a better view of the tower. There used to be a nightclub up there, and they used to do a lot of live nights too, where comedians used to come, bands used to play. I'm not sure what it is now, whether it's still open or anything like that, but I know the name is gone. As I say, this is like, you can see some people exercising up there in the gym, to which I will never be one of them. Fat and proud, that's me, fat and proud. See, the thing is, it costs them a lot of money to look like that. If you saw my body, this cost me a hell of a lot more. There's the climbing wall that I was on about earlier on. If you can see through the reflection. I did just check first to see if anyone was in there. A very noisy foreigner behind me on his phone. He doesn't need to ring his mate, he can shout to him, he can hear it. It's part of the pool, comes outside. Pier down over there, we're going to go to that. They do a lot of acts during the summertime. Seen Jimmy Carr there, seen Jim Davison there, saw Roy Chubby Brown there. Down there. I'll show you the sign that's on the end with that orange circle thing building is right at the end. On the front of that advertises everything to the pier. So you'll see what's coming up this year. So if you are coming to Yarmouth, like I say, you get a couple of dodgy days where the weather's not too good, get yourself in to see a live show. Ticket prices vary a little bit. £1 more expensive if you book through the box office. Book it online, save yourself £1. That's my tip. And as you can see, there's some rides at the end of the pier, which I don't think they've changed much since I was a kid. Anyway, we're coming up to Joyland in a minute. And Joyland was on the video I watched the other night from the 50s Yarmouth. Joyland was in it, and the snails, which if they're running I'll show you, were in it too. So other than a lick of paint now and again, I don't think it's seen much change either. I think I'm going to stop here and have a drink. Just got myself a cup of tea, £1.30. Now that is not bad. So this is called All Fed Up by the Sea. And I tend to judge a place by its price, especially on teas and coffees, and this is quite reasonable. So if you're down that way, towards the Britannia Pier, come in. Well, we'll move on. I have to say, that was a lovely cup of tea. Just what I needed. Rest the feet for 10. There's so many cats down here. Places to stop. Sport for choice, really. Like I say, we'll have a little look at that. On the way back, we're going to go over there, say hello to the Britannia Pier. As you can see, the amusements and stuff on the end. I'm not going to bother going right down as far as where the show bar is, because I don't think it's open yet anyway. So we'll stop at the show bar entrance and then we'll come back down again and wander around. Now this metal restaurant thing here is like an American themed diner, and during the summertime, especially on a Sunday, a lot of the classic cars and American car enthusiasts come down and park there. So if you're down here, have a look. Motorcycles come down here like Harley Davidsons and stuff like that, and they all park around this area here, showing off their vehicles. And they also do good steaks in the restaurant. This is the back end of Joyland, and as I said earlier in the video, this is where I used to come when I was a kid. My mum and dad would bring me over here as a treat from Lowestoft, where I was brought up, normally on a birthday, and we'd spend an hour or so in there, plus do all the amusements along the front. But I don't think, as I said, too much has changed in all those years. I'll have a little peek in there, but they shan't be filming much if there's kids in there, which is, you obviously can understand that. But I'll have a little peek in there, see what's going on. Oh yeah. Yeah, not much has changed. I think you get tokens in there. You pay like £10 for a bag of tokens, and then the kids can get what they want. If you have time, check out the video on the Great Yarmouth in the 50s and 60s, because it is quite funny when you see it now to what it used to be like. It's an arcade. Now this is a story I shouldn't really be telling you, but down the end of here is a bar, and many years ago it used to be called Long John Silver's, and I remember getting dragged out by the bouncers, and all I remember, because I was quite drunk, was my looking through these slats and seeing the sea and then the sand as these two big guys bumped me out and took me to the end and then kind of let me go on the floor. But that was a long time ago. Looking along down here, right at the end, you've got the Seashore Holiday Camp, and just to the left of that, you can't see, but just to the left you've got Great Yarmouth Racecourse, which is, I think in September or late August, they do a family day, and that's really good. That's well worth the trip if you can get a chance, if you're here at that time. Anyway, go back into the town. Now this isn't open, but like I said again, this has been here donkey's years. Used to be camels here, they're still there. Like the camels, and used to throw things in down here, and depending on what score you get, would push the camel along furthest, and then the first one that got right to the other end was the winner. And you got so many points or whatever, and then when you got totaled them up at the end, you got a prize. If you're a regular to Yarmouth and you know any of the names that these used to be, please feel free to drop me a comment at the bottom. I'd love to know. So my history really goes back around about 40, 50 years. But if you know anything more than me, please feel free to comment. I love history, can't beat it. Anyway, that's the front of the cinema. I think that used to be an aquarium many, many years ago, and it changed over into a cinema some years later. This is the front of the Pier Tavern. This is a bar come nightclub. And like I say, all the acts that I showed you a minute ago, they're all up here being advertised. And I don't think this has changed much over the centuries either, this bowling area here. Very nice. And like I say, further down that way as you're heading towards Seashore, you've also got some boating lakes and stuff like that, and some little park areas you can walk through, and some hotels on the left hand side. But to be fair, it's a long way to go and not an awful lot to see video wise, so we're going to give it a miss. Popular place there, the Prom Hotel, pub on the Prom. This is the bar, and not the cheapest bar in the world, but very nice inside. The food's pretty good as well, apparently. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk up Regent Road, which is probably, along with this seafront, the most popular road in Yarmouth. You can't help but go on it if you come down here. It takes you up into the main town centre, and you used to be able to drive through it, but they shut that off back in the 70s. Anyway, we'll have a little look. Certainly turning out to be a lovely day. These places here just seem to change names every 2 or 3 years. They just pop up with something else. I mean, there are some here that have been here a long time. I've never tried this one. I thought about giving this a go. Anyone watching that's been there, let us know if it's any good. It's quite busy sometimes when you come down here in the summer, but never tried it. It's all your touristy gift shops, all the stuff you'll never need while you're on holiday. And you might better make it down here without hearing Daniel O'Donnell coming out of one of the shops. That seems to be the form down here. I always find on foot, you just see so much more. You really do. Mate of mine works in there, the hamburger. Obviously the season's a little early yet, but when that kicks off, he'll be in there about 12, 14 hours a day. That Regent Road restaurant's been there some years, fully licensed. Along with the tackle shop here. Don't think that's changed much over the last 50 years. Oh, that's since 1900, so yeah, it's been a long time. Smells lovely. Really does smell lovely. Yes. Yes. Didn't mention much about that. Giant swing. Yeah, I'm thinking like 250k by the time you get through that.
£5 your
Speedily moving on. Grill and grind. Sounds like a porn site. Prince Regent. This is a not bad little bar. Splits. Regent Road splits in half here. Regent there. Not a bad little pub. They do a bit of live music, which is worth a look, especially if the weather's a bit dodgy. MFC. MFC do as good a chicken as KFC. And they also deliver. So if you're any of the surrounding areas, like Caister or Belton, Bradwell area, they will deliver. A little bit of a price involved to deliver, but they will deliver, and it's well worth it. Indian Bangladesh dining. 4 courses, only 15 quid. Ka-ching. Tickles, this is famous in Yarmouth. Tickles, it's a joke shop, novelty shop. You can buy all your fancy dress costumes and stuff like that here. Some rather naughty looking novelties.
Yeah.
Here's an area that's over 18s only, so that tells you what they sell. What used to be a bowling alley there. So it became a nightclub. It became a nightclub. It had a slight slant on the dance floor. And if you were drunk or had a few drinks, you used to feel like you're on a ship. It was wobbling everywhere. It's shut now. There was a fire not so long, well, a couple of years ago now. I think one of these new ones are up here. There was a big fire. And Fartless Road was shut down for quite a few months. It's getting a bit busier now. We're getting closer to the town centre. Shed. More tattooing. There's any lines here, and I feel like I've got to. I feel like I'm following a track. I want to go dead straight, and I feel because my psychologically it's dragging me left and right. Anyway, this is where Madame Two Swords Great Yarmouth used to be, and if you go on Google and Google it, Madame Two Swords Great Yarmouth, you will see some of the waxworks that they used to have, and they were absolutely horrendous. And it used to be a bit of a game. Which waxwork was which? Who was it? Some of them you kind of get it. Some of them, if you put the name underneath, you still wouldn't get it. But it's fun to see. Try and Google it. Yeah. Have a look and see for yourself. Cafe Le Continental. Yeah, they got markets. Nice place to get your beach towels, look.
Oh, we're staying, yeah, we're staying.
This Martin's walk around store, that's been there for years. It drops down, you go down to the steps, you've got a whole other level underneath. So, I'm not going to go in, you can see from the door. It sells everything seaside related, as well as fancy dress costumes and knickknacks. And to your right you have got the Wetherspoons. This is the troll cart. Wetherspoons pub, probably the busiest pub in the town, virtually all around the clock. It's not bad. There used to be, it's called, the pub is called the Theatre Tavern because there used to be a theatre here. Hence the reason why the Theatre Tavern is there. You come up to Market Gates. This is the indoor shopping centre. Not huge, probably about 20, 30 shops at the most. This is your main town centre, your square, and they just revamped the market. This used to be all open stalls, and they used to be on Saturday. They used to do all other stuff, normal market stuff, but now it's pretty much all food related. Loads of chip stalls, always busy, and because there's chip stalls, there's seagulls. So if you're eating outside on one of these benches, keep an eye out, because they're not scared of you. As you can see, look, they're pretty tame, but they're pretty ruthless. So keep your eyes open. As I say, mostly food. Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, quick recce around. You can have Thai, you can have Jamaican foods, wraps, which I take it means Mexican. You've got hot pies still there with chips. And then you've got seafoods, bakers, gourmet mac and cheese. And then you've got your Chinese. And then your normal kind of breakfasty coffee stuff. And this is, say, the middle of your town centre. Your shops are slowly dying off in this town now, though. Shopping is a bit hard. You're really better off going inland half an hour, get yourself in the centre of Norwich. A lot of the stuff is pretty much the same. As a shopping centre, it's kind of died off, you know. You've got your watch batteries key cutter place. I like these little tiny units. They're quite good, quite novel. Your phone repairs. Hey, we're going to move back round. I'm going to head for a drink somewhere, I think, before I make the final walk back to the car. Do hope you like this video. I don't show my face or talk much on my videos, but everyone keeps telling me to. But I have one of them perfect faces for radio, as I call it, so I don't show myself much. I've been concentrating since I started on YouTube, concentrating on editing videos and trying to get up to speed with some of the people that I watch on here to see how they do stuff. And I've been more concentrating on that side of it than actually have the presenting side of it. So this is one of my first today. I do pop up now and again, but not to the degree you're going to watch on this one. So it'll be very interesting to see what you all think. Should I be in it more? Should I be in it less? You tell me. Write comments below if you can. Let me know how you feel about it. As I say, we like our channel to grow, so as I said at the start, if you get a chance, please like and subscribe. I don't think people who watch YouTube don't quite know how it works. You need to get likes and subscribes. It tells YouTube that you're popular and you're getting bigger, and it pushes your video up the list, because there are thousands of videos on YouTube. So the more you get in the way of likes and subscribe, that just tells YouTube your people like you, and it pushes your video up the list a little bit instead of being in the oblivion down below. And also, if you subscribe and you press the notifications bell every time I put a video on, which I'm hoping to do 1 or 2 a week, being as I still have a full-time job, if you put the notifications bar up every time I put a new video on, it'll just send you a message to say there's a new video to watch. But all of that is free. Subscriptions are free. I think subscription is a bit of a horrible word, to be honest. That's what YouTube choose to call it, but it's basically just following. That's all it is. You're just following what we do. And like I said, it just tells you if there's a new video come out. If you're interested, you watch it. If you're not, you don't. I think subscription is a bit of a funny word for it, but that's what they call it. But anyway, it's totally free. It doesn't cost you a bean, but it does help us. So if you could just click up, press the like and subscribe, that'll do us the world of good. Anyway, enough of the business end of things. Let's walk on and get ourselves a drink. Coming back down now towards Regent Road, where we were a little while ago. Hello. He's having a break. Don't blame him, it's getting hot.
Sorry.
Thank you. Oof, job done. That was nice. I think I'm a bit of a moth against the light bulb when it comes to Wetherspoon. I see one and I just float over towards it and I hover around till I go in. Anyway, back on Regent Road, and we're going to slowly head back towards the car. Can't believe I got halfway down Regent Road and I haven't heard Daniel O'Donnell once. The bottom's fallen out of the market. Anyway, we're going to hang a right, take a walk back along the actual arcade bit of Great Yarmouth. There's the entrance to Joyland we saw earlier, and we'll walk along. As you can see, the wheel in front, and Journey's End is just beyond for me. But I'll show you some of these big arcades and hotels and restaurants that line the front. Some of them have been in the same family for quite a few years, so they can't be all bad. That's where you get your horse and cart from if you want to go up and down the prom. Don't think there's quite so many of them these days. There used to be a load more than that. Bar Bistro al Fresco. It's very posh. So that's something that would be more in knowledge than the Yarmouth, but well, nice. Nice. We come along to our first arcade. Every parent's nightmare for their kids. £2 here, £2 there. All adds up for holiday. Stick to the 2p machines. They last longer. It's my tip as a parent. It's the Empire here. It's changed hands a few times. It was empty for quite a few years. It's such a shame because it's a massive building. And look at the architecture. You'd think someone even like Wetherspoons was standing around off to buy that. But it's been opened up again and apparently does quite well for itself. Yeah, there's a little advert for it, look. And it's lovely to see an old building like this maintain itself and stay alive. You know, such a shame when that was shut. Prime site. I presume the upkeep of that must be horrendous. We'll move along. What I might do is pop down to Yarmouth one night during the summer in the evening, see it with all the lights on, maybe look at the fireworks. We come on a Wednesday. And that's for donuts these days. Six for £4.50. I can remember when it was 5 for £1. 6 for £4.50. I wonder if I've been in some kind of cryogenic experiment and woken up 30 years later. I can't believe how much stuff has gone up in price. You have to tell me in the comments if you think I'm out of line. But why? done a full circle now, so we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you tune in for the next one. Sorry if the wind's a pain in the rear end, can't help that. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you get a chance. Thumbs up. Bless you all. See you soon. Bye bye.